Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We're going to listen Lewis Hamilton. Ask you something.
Hey Lewis, well obviously I'm sorry to hear about Roscoe. I don't know if you want to chat about it or anything, but obviously really sorry to hear. It seemed like a real lot of love and emotion for the sad news.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing to see the support from so many people around the world, and just to see how much Roscoe, like overwhelming to see how much Roscoe touched people and meant to people, and the kind messages that I've received have been really uplifting. So I'm really grateful for that. And anyone out there that knows what it's like to lose a pet, you know how painful it is. And I read somewhere that grief is the last act of love, I think, and I'm definitely feeling that.
Well, I wish you all the best for this weekend.
Thank you.
This weekend the warm conditions should fit the car, at least better than Mercedes or Red Bull, most likely. I don't know about the comparison with McLaren, but how optimistic are you this weekend?
I feel optimistic. I think there's lots of positives to take from the last race. I'm definitely feeling better in the car, so I'm. This has been a track that's generally been good for me in the past, so I'm really excited to try a Ferrari here for the first time, and the different characteristics that it has compared to my previous cars, and try and see if we can execute better. If we can execute better through this weekend and qualify better, I think we can have a much better result. I feel positive going into the weekend. It's a track that I've generally gone well at, and I've started to feel a lot better in the car since the summer break. And however, the results haven't shown that just yet, but it's going to happen. And so I'm hoping it's going to be this weekend. And this is the first time driving the Ferrari at this track, but having known places like Baku, how the car reacts on a circuit like this, hopefully I can start a couple of steps further ahead than I was in the last race, for example, and I hope we can carry that through the weekend.
Can you explain to our viewers why it's so demanding physically and mentally? And next year it will be on the calendar as a sprint race, and how will it affect you and drivers as a sprint weekend?
Yeah, I mean it's it's one of the longest. It's the longest street circuit I think we have, apart from maybe Azerbaijan. But the humidity here is what really kills us. It's like 100% humidity here, so it's you're sweating. It's a track where you lose can lose 3 to 4 kilos. Last year I was overheating, and many of us nearly passed out in that heat. And then on top of that, it's not that it's the most physical. It's just mentally, because there used to be 27 corners. I think there's 23 now, maybe, or something, or 20 laps, 20 corners or something like that now. But there's just a lot going on. The lap just never seems to end. And it's an amazing roller coaster ride in that heat. So it's the ultimate test of the mind and the body of all the races.
And as a sprint race next year?
As a sprint race next year, that'll make it really, really tough, because this is a track where we all really utilize those 3 sessions. If you're going from P1 straight into a sprint, I think it could be good, because in all honesty, it's not a good race in terms of racing, because you need 1 second advantage on the car ahead of you to have a chance of overtaking. And even though you have 4 DRS zones, it's like Monaco. There's hardly any overtaking here at all. And last year we had no safety cars either, so it was pretty dull. So I think a sprint will really make it more of a lottery and throw a bit of a spanner in the mix.
Yeah, firstly, I'm sorry for the Roscoe, the Lewis Hamilton's pet. He passed away. It's hard to hear this kind of news, but just that happened last week, and I can say that this I'm feeling like really sorry for the Lewis Hamilton. And if he became to the other part of his interview, I think he is definitely 100% right for this track. The drivers will struggle a lot with that humidity, and of course a lot of corners, a lot of efforts on this track. But let's say on that dominant season of a Red Bull, Ferrari had a win here. Let's hope one more time to have that kind of win from the Ferrari, and to see, let's say, Lewis Hamilton on the podium at the first play with the red suit, and to have let's say much more competitiveness. And I think some couple of years Ferrari is doing good on this track, but let's say we will see what will happen tomorrow after the practice one at this track. But I can say definitely I'm optimistic about the Ferrari's performance on this track. We are going to listen Max Verstappen. Let's listen to him.
It's great to see you fresh off another win at the weekend at the Nordschleife. How are you feeling coming here to Singapore? Lots of talk about you being in the championship fight, the run you've had. How significant do you think this weekend will be around here for that?
Just as any other. I mean, I just try to do my best. Of course, I know that this in the past has not been particularly our strongest track. Plus, it's sometimes a bit unfortunate to get a better result around here at the same time. So, just relaxed, just having fun here, outside of F1. Just, having, in that sense, a good season.
Great stuff. Well, good luck this weekend as well. Thanks.
I assume as racing drivers, you learn something on every lap, no matter what car, no matter on what circuit. So was there anything that you could take away from that could just apply to your general learnings?
Yeah, but I do that already for a lot of years, on the simulator, driving these kind of cars. But like you said, it's also learning the track better in the wet and the damp, and knowing every curb, every bump even more, from new tires to old tires, more fuel, like high fuel, low fuel, just dealing with traffic. But everything felt supernatural because it might sound funny, but I've been doing this for many, many years on the simulator, multi-class racing, and it is exactly the same. So I had just a lot of fun out there, and also, with my teammate Chris, for him to do that race as well, I think we had a good time together.
I just wondered, this is the bogey track. You've already said it. You've unfinished business here, the only track on the current list that you haven't won at. So how do you turn around that fortune? Do you think there's something there that you've missed so far, or tell me?
Well, I think just in general, we've never really been that good here with the car. So then there are always places where it's a bit more difficult to win. I hope this year will be better. I mean, last year we were second, but we were quite far from first. So we definitely need to try and be more competitive. But it's difficult to say at the moment, of course, how competitive we are going to be.
Obviously, Max, you're saying you enjoy driving other cars other than Formula One cars as well. But I think in the same time, you also motivate young generations. How important is for you to spot talented race drivers also in the sim racing world and help to get them for a drive?
Well, that has been the goal for a while now, of course, already with Team Redline. We just try and give that opportunity to a guy that I think really has it in him, to be a professional racing driver, and hopefully, of course, can build on a professional racing career. So for sure, also for the future, we want to try and keep that line open, that you can become a professional driver from the sim racing world, which at the moment is not that easy, of course, to do. But I think with how we are preparing drivers at the moment, it definitely gives more possibilities.
Amazing stuff. Thank you.
Max, ask the other driver if possible you can win the championship. And Russell told me 100%, Kimi 40%, Leclerc 10%, Norris can be. What do you think about?
It's going to be 50-50.
50-50?
Yes or no? It's very simple maths. Maybe yes, maybe no. But we'll see. We'll do our best. I mean, honestly, I don't think about it myself. I just want to look at it race by race. We, as a team, also we are learning a lot about the car. I think we are heading in the right direction with what we are doing with the car. I think we just need to see every race weekend. It might be good enough or not, and we'll see how that will be this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see what will happen. But the last week, I say, I don't know, did you have watched the Max Verstappen's race at Nürburgring or not? But definitely it was interesting. And when Verstappen hits for racing. It doesn't matter, is it sim racing, is it GT3 racing, or is it Formula 1. He is just always trying to win that race. And of course, he had a win at the Nürburgring with his Ferrari. It was an interesting race, but if he came to the other part of the interview, I don't believe that Max has any chance to win this year driver championship. Of course, I know that we don't need to say never that happens, but the popular world of Formula 1 like never say never, but I think with this kind of performance of the McLaren, of the Piastri, and not Lando Norris, I don't believe that they are going to lose the championship. We are going to listen Oscar Piastri. Let's listen to him.
Great to see you. Had a weekend off, a bit of time since Baku. How energized, recharged are you feeling about trying to hit the ground running rebound this weekend?
No, I feel good. Yeah, it's nice to just have a few days off to relax and reset, and yeah, been a productive week. Just focused on this week and trying to get back to what we know we can do. So no, ready to go.
Great stuff. This weekend.
Do we have the real Oscar Piastri back this weekend?
I hope so. I mean, obviously I don't want to repeat what happened in Baku, but mistakes are going to happen. I'm only human at the end of the day, so it's going to happen. Obviously I don't want to make those again, but I think they are going to happen no matter what they look like, and just trying to make sure that you move on from them is the most important thing, and learn from them. It doesn't really matter if it's missing an apex or locking up, jumping a start, whatever. It's kind of how you learn from it and move on. That's the important part. So yeah, I feel like I've been able to do that in the week off and ready to go again.
What did you learn?
Number of things, but yeah, I mean, nothing that revolutionary.
Would you say that it was just a blip? I hear some people talking about pressure and that the pressure's getting to you. I'm not sure I buy it. Is that true, or tell me?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think qualifying was just trying to push a little bit too hard. It happens. I think the race, I would say probably the crash was somewhat related to the start. It's never easy to shake off a start like that in such a short time. So, there's a lot of learning from that, but I think just silly mistakes more than anything else. I don't feel like I need to change how I'm approaching things or anything like that. There's been some good lessons from it, definitely, but some of those lessons have been that what I've been doing so far has been working pretty good.
Regarding the approach, you were mentioning it's 7 races to go. You are, of course, on top of the championship. Is it the moment to start thinking about the championship, driving with a calculator on your mind, or is it too early still?
No, I don't think it's ever a great idea to drive like that. Even with less races to go, I think the most important thing is going to be trying to just do the best job that I can. And, the picture in the championship will look however it will look, but I know that when I drive at my best and give my absolute best and my full attention, then I'm more than capable of winning races, and ultimately that's what's going to win you championships. So that's what I'm focused on doing.
Hi, Oscar. Thinking about the championship battle, it was supposed to be between you and Lando, but now Max seems to have a momentum, 69 points against you. Do you consider him as one of the contenders?
Look, honestly, I don't know. I think for me, the big thing is that if I make sure I'm focused on what I can do, then the picture will take care of itself. And certainly had a good last couple of races, and we've seen at times this year that Max and Red Bull have been strong. We'll wait and see if that continues, but I'm not really focused on that at all. I'm just trying to get the best out of myself and the team around me and the car I've got, and if we do that, then I think we'll be okay.
You once told me you
do literally nothing in between weeks, between Formula One races. I was wondering if that was the same again after such a rare weekend from you in Baku, or did you maybe do anything different?
Not really, no. I mean, I think there's always some level of analysis, definitely with the team, but also self-analysis on how the weekend could have gone better. You know, obviously a lot of things could have gone better in Baku, but no matter how big or small it is, you always reflect on it after a weekend. And I think in some ways the fact that there was so many kind of obvious mistakes made it relatively easy to process them and try and move on. But what I did in between is basically exactly the same. I went to the supermarket on Monday morning, got my food, and had a very normal week after that. So I haven't had to change the world or completely turn what I'm doing upside down. Just been doing the normal things I do and trying to learn from the mistakes.
Yeah, as you said from the beginning of the interview, I'm just a human, and of course, sometimes also he needs to make mistakes for learning something, and I strongly believe that he learned a lot of things after that incident that he had on the Baku, and of course he was also struggling at the qualifying, but the points are taken from the race. As I'm saying from the beginning of the season, like he's going to be champion this season, and I don't believe that Max Verstappen will have the chance to catch him at the Drivers' Championship. I think the fight is between the McLaren drivers, but as I said, let's say from the beginning of the season, my favorite was the Oscar Piastri, and I think this season he is going to finish the championship at the first place. We're going to listen to Kimi Antonelli. Let's listen to him.
Kimi, great to see you and great result. Obviously, last time out in Baku, it really felt like a momentum shift, I think, at that race. How much confidence have you taken from that result coming here to Singapore?
No, it was good. It was a good weekend. Definitely the best way to bounce back after a difficult period in Europe. And, I was still a bit annoyed after the race because the podium was just so close. But, was still, if I look back, was a really positive weekend. Definitely what I needed and to shift the momentum. So definitely, really looking forward to this weekend. And new track, new challenge, but we're ready to do our best.
And does it feel you've clicked into something now? The simulation issues that you had beforehand have gone. You kind of much smoother through a weekend as well. Does it feel like that kind of change?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think after Monza, I had a big meeting with the team, and that helped a lot as well to shift as well the focus. And I've been. It was good. I think after Monza, many things changed, and everything since then have gone smoothly and as planned. So we just need to keep focusing on the process, on driving well and do everything right, and then the result will come by itself.
Great stuff. Good luck this weekend, Kimi.
Are you thinking for Singapore with the heat and maybe the way the corners are might be a bit trickier than maybe some in the lead out to Abu Dhabi?
Well, it's really hard to say because where the car has been strong last year, where we were supposed to be strong this year, because last year they were good, we weren't super good, and in the places where they struggled last year, we were strong this year. So it's tough to say. I think they've done quite a lot of resurfacing on the track, so a lot of new tarmac bits, which is always helpful. Especially for the tires to manage them. So let's see. For sure the heat is going to be tricky, not only for the car but for the drivers as well. We'll do our best. I mean, it's a new track. It's going to be important to build the confidence throughout every sessions and trying to deliver the best result as possible, because as you said, we're on a big fight for the constructor with Ferrari and Red Bull as well.
Hello, Kimi. How excited are you to drive here? We know that a new track for a driver with simulation isn't really an event, but it's always something different when you get to hit the track in real life. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's always as a driver, it's always exciting when you go in a new track because it's a new challenge for yourself, and of course nowadays we have simulators, so we can kind of practice before, but once you get on tracks, it's always a bit different. You start to feel all the bumps, the curves, they feel a little bit different. So it's never the same. When you go on the track for the first lap for the first time, you always feel something that on the sim was not possible to feel. So it's always a bit different, but of course you're able to practice a bit before and understand a bit the angle of the corner and what it requires in terms of driving style. Yeah, really looking forward to this weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, he's so right. He had a couple of races, bad performances at Europe, but what happened at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I think it was a good thing to build for him confident, let's say, and of course, as he said, it was a podium was there, but he needed just let's say a couple of laps to gain that podium that he waits so long. But I hope he's not going to struggle at the Singapore Grand Prix on this Grand Prix because they are in a I'm sorry, because they are in a big fight with the Ferrari for the constructor, also with the Red Bull, and every single point on the Grand Prix is super important, and I'm just looking forward. But what Kimi Antonelli is going to do, I like him. I like his driving style. I like him like a person, but let's say when you're having problems with your car, when you're having problems with your performance, just Formula One wars, like as everyone knows, they're finishing your career, let's say. But let's hope to not happen that for the Kimi Antonelli. We're going to listen to Carlos Sainz. Let's listen to him.
Qualifying in Baku was a little bit different with the wind, and obviously you set the podium up with the brilliant performance in qualifying. How, given that you were so comfortable in that position in the race, does that change? How does that change things going forward for the rest of the season, and indeed, I suppose, into next year?
Well, if anything, it's just a reminder to me that I belong there, and that's where I want to be, back there fighting for those positions as soon as possible. And it's up to me and Williams to be able to get there as soon as possible, because I enjoy it so much to be fighting for a podium. I enjoyed the fight with George and Kimi. I enjoyed fighting for pole position. Sounds crazy, but we did fight for pole position. And yeah, this year I felt like maybe I was missing that a bit, and I got the thrill in Baku to be able to do it again. Standing in the front row at the start, I was just like, this feels good. I've missed this. Now it's time to use that as motivation for everyone to realize that we can do it, and that we just need to keep working hard, and hopefully for next year's car produce a car that allows us to be there.
Yeah, let's hope for it. It was a very long time ago when we were watching Williams fighting for the podiums, fighting for the race wins. And of course, it's difficult for the Carlos Sainz to stay far away from the podium, from the fighting for the first places. But as I said, it was feeling good for the Carlos, and of course for his team. Let's hope for a short time to see Williams much more in this kind of fights at Formula One. We're going to listen to Yuki Tsunoda. Let's listen to him.
Hey Yuki, great to see you. Obviously, great result last time out in Baku. Really feels like you're making some progress. How strong do you think you can be here? Obviously on a very different circuit with piling on the downforce.
Yeah, I think I can make some similar trend into this weekend as well. I think what I found in that Baku was something different to other races, and sometimes until then, feel like some races when I score points, feel sometimes it comes from luck, but actually that Baku one was something felt different, and I think I got that without even luck, and so from that I definitely feel more confidence more than others, and especially feeling more excited, more motivated into this weekend. So I love this track. Had a good feeling last year, especially in qualifying. I was enjoying quite a lot. So just missed the points in the end of the race, but still had a good pace overall. So can't wait to hit on track with the Red Bull Racing car.
Yuki, coming with a better feeling in the car after Baku, and you mentioned after that race something about both fighting for the P2 in the Constructors' Championship with the team, but also about helping Max in his championship fight. Is that also one of your goals for the remaining of the season?
It's not obviously goals that to help Max. As a driver, you always want to compete against teammate, in which I gonna still do it. But with my situation, and especially his situation, current Red Bull situation, he's the one who's leading the championship compared to myself, and he's quite close, one of the closest to get a championship. So yeah, especially there's an opportunity that they're able to finish the race ahead of McLaren, especially fighting against with Norris whole race. With our circumstances, definitely, I think it was a good opportunity, and I think that's the timing that, okay, maybe I can help the team this time, and I think that's the best for all of us. So that's what I was thinking.
What's the feeling within the team as to whether this car, the way it is developed now, could win this Grand Prix here in Singapore?
Let's see. I mean, we didn't really necessarily bring some upgrades into here. I would say generally that slightly lower downforce track. Our car likes more than a higher downforce car, and especially Baku was that kind of good example. Coming back to kind of like this track, which is quite bumpy, and I think historically Red Bull didn't have that amazing, nicest result here, but I think at the same time we're in a good trend now, and what we always make some steps in each race is as a setup is it's in the right direction, and every race is we're trying different things, and something that probably other team wouldn't do it, like especially second half of the season, and everyone wants to put it all together, but now we're still being very hungry and willing to try something different, which is probably one of the things that champion teams does, what I felt. So I'm actually enjoying to explore those things, and hopefully in a qualifying we can all put it all together, which we always do, and see how I go with the pace this weekend. I like this track, so that's already positive, and not sure here is necessarily high downforce as much as Netherlands or Hungary. Like still there's 4 DRS zones. If it's like track layout, it used to be here, without with the chicanes in the middle sector. That's a high downforce track, and probably that was probably struggle more compared to current specification. But I think this track layout already helped us a little bit for us to go slightly lower downforce. So let's see. I think anyway we're in a good trend. We're still exploring new setups and everything, and we always keep finding a new stuff, and I'm sure even though we face the higher downforce track, we can perform differently as much as Hungary and the Netherlands. So that's what we trying to work on, and I think we started to put it all together recently. So I think it's good. Let's see how it goes this weekend. I still have good confidence, more than ever, especially for myself. So I just put it all together, and hopefully we can have good results.
Hope to see good results for the Yuki Tsunoda, but let's say, I was saying this. I have said this actually for a couple of weeks. If Yuki wants to stay at the Red Bull, I think he needs to have much more better results than this one that he's having at Red Bull. I don't know where is the problem. Is the problem on the Red Bull or on the drivers who is leaving his team and is going to Red Bull? He is struggling a lot and he's losing all his performance. For example, like a Liam Lawson, like a Yuki Tsunoda, but I think they will keep Yuki Tsunoda until the end of the season. But what will happen after the end of the season? I think it's up to Yuki Tsunoda, and he, as I said, he needs to have much more better performances than this one, to have not to help to Max Verstappen, but to help his team for the second place of the constructor championship. And I hope that, let's say, Yuki to get that and to stay at the Red Bull and to see him at the 2026 season at the Red Bull. We're going to listen to Lawson. Let's listen to him.
Great to see. Obviously, great result last time out in Baku, but it just feels like you've had incredible momentum recently, and the results have delivered. Does it feel like you're kind of getting that end game, that final click that you've had for a long time? It just hasn't fallen into place.
Yeah, it's hard in Formula One to have momentum. It's something that's very tough, and I think we're all very well aware that it can change very quickly as well. It's a sport where so many things have to line up and link up to have a result, and I think for us, fortunately, it's been happening recently, which has been good, and we've been working very, very hard. I think midway through the season was a big turning point for us, and it's been great to have the results, to see the hard work sort of pay off, I think, especially for the team. The work that they've put in to make me sort of personally comfortable in the car has been something I appreciate a lot. So it's been good.
And what are the simulations saying ahead of this weekend when you're in the simulator, what the team are predicting? In fight for points again, do you think?
We hope so. I think the main thing for us is we've had a very strong car consistently across the board. So it's not necessarily the quickest of the midfield sometimes, but it's just been very, very consistent across all the races, always fighting for Q3s. And we hope that's the case this weekend. But at the same time, it's really hard to know. It's so close this year. It's so close right now, especially that I really don't know, but we hope so.
Nice to be back, though, especially here, place that you love.
I love this place. I do. It's cool to be back. I think I was here last year just watching. So it's crazy to think that it's been 2 years since I raced here and since I started my journey in Formula One. But very excited to be back.
It's been some journey, even in a really short time. But something's clicking at the moment because you're on the up. And do you know what it is? Have you thought about this?
It's a combination of things. There's a lot of variables in Formula One, so I don't like to say that you can be unlucky at times, but I think the first part of the year we had the speed, but there were a lot of just small things that were getting in the way of a result, and we learned from them, especially through the middle part of the season. We've also done stuff just on our side of the garage to make me a bit more comfortable in the car, and it's done really, really well. And you learn the relationship with the team. It's a new side of the garage for me this year. So when I came into F1, I was, to be honest, only working with the other side of the garage, and then I raced, and that was my only experience. So it's been an adjustment and something that we've been building over the year, and now we're in a place that, myself, my engineers, we understand each other a lot better, and I think that helps.
The thing about journeys, you never want them to end. So the upturn in form coming at a really good time. What can you tell us about the future?
Not much, but yeah, that's we obviously want this to last as long as possible, but I'm well aware that in Formula One things can change very quickly, and you can have a great weekend all the way up to the last lap of the race, and something can happen and it ruins it. So yeah, it's something that we're just trying to keep our heads down and stay consistent in terms of next year and the sort of, I guess, my future situation. It's just something I'm not really thinking about, and just trying to keep the the focus on driving at the moment. Some races I'm excited to be at and I'm going to enjoy, and trying to score some more points.
So how does that work though in the Red Bull stable as a Red Bull driver? Do you not have chats while the season's going on? Do you always wait till the end of the year to discuss the future year or not?
You definitely do, but I think the chats are always very much the same. It's perform under pressure. That's obviously what I've been trying to do since I was very young and gotten used to doing. So I think it's something that they can be intense at the time, but it's about coming away from those discussions and just knowing what is actually going to, help that decision, what's going to make a difference and secure me in Formula One next year, and that's just results. So that's pretty much all I'm focused on.
Well, let's hope we have this chat this time next year then.
I hope so. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's hope to have it. He has a good momentum for the last couple of races, but this momentum came after losing his seat to the Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull. The same thing what happened to the Liam Lawson is happening to the Yuki Tsunoda. I think they are having a big the Red Bull is having actually big problem with their drivers to make them comfortable with Max Verstappen and to be, let's say, fast, maybe like Verstappen, but they are struggling. I hope for the Liam the best results, maybe some podium for this season, and to see him at the Formula One for a couple of years. Just don't forget to like the video, to comment it, and to subscribe to the channel.